Okay, Metaphysical Megan, I am beyond excited that you are on this podcast because you have gone viral. I think, was it last week or the week before, where you put up a picture and you were essentially butt sunning, or people call it, butt chugging sunlight, or, a couple of different words. But anyway.
It's a podcast, not a cast pod.
I freaking love you. I was like, how do I get on a plane to California and come out, practice this with her? I think you are awesome for sharing.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on your podcast. I'm so happy to be here.
So tell me this, did you start this concept? I've obviously been reading a lot about you. I've been watching a lot about you. Did you start this idea of sunning your butthole or sunning your yoni, which is essentially your vagina, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I didn't start this. I guess I'm the person who made it popular or viral. I had no idea that any of this would happen. But yeah, so my friend Raw actually started posting about this before I started practicing it in my own life, and started to make this a daily practice of mine. So I've been doing it consistently for about 3 months now. And this is actually an ancient practice that has been used in Qigong and Taoist teachings. So I guess I'm just the person who brought attention to it. But I do credit my friend Ra for kind of starting this trend, I guess, on Instagram. But yeah, it's something I do every day when the sun is out. I do it in the morning as part of my morning ritual. So yeah.
So, and butt sunning, I've been reading some of the benefits. So obviously you had shared, you've been more energized than ever. Do you drink any coffee now, or has this kind of become your coffee substitute?
Yeah, so I tend to stay away from coffee. I don't really drink coffee. Occasionally I'll have some organic decaf just for that warmth, but I find more and more that I try to gravitate away from coffee with caffeine because I'm very sensitive to substances like caffeine, alcohol, anything like that. And I just have done some research on some of the negative long-term effects of drinking coffee. So I used to drink coffee very frequently. So now this is kind of a more natural way of getting energized as I get my day going.
And I'd also read, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'd also read that sunning like your yoni and your butt area, it helps you obviously absorb like vitamin D. Sunlight's so important. But I also heard that it helps reduce yeast infections. Do you know if that's true?
Yeah. So one of my friends, JP, actually posted about this morning, that getting sunlight to our genital area and our perineum actually helps create a natural germicide in our body. So it can help with things like yeast infections, or just keeping that area sanitary just from sunlight alone.
So why do you think, I saw this, I love people who are doing something new, who basically curate their own lives. I'm all about that because I think everybody is so afraid to step outside the box. Why do you think, I've seen your social media, you've gotten mixed reviews. Like some people just think this is a total joke. People think you're crazy. Obviously you have a great network of health and wellness people who are supportive and know it. But why do you think that this evokes such like weirdness to people? Do you think people just are so not used to like our genitals getting sunlight or something? Like, I'm like, people have such a weird reaction.
Yeah, I think some of the negativity comes around the stigma that we're taught just in culture of being naked, of our relation to our sexuality, those kinds of things. I think it triggers a lot of fear and for some reason in people. And so, yeah, I think we've just been taught a lot of negativity around this part of our body. So I think that's what is being brought up in people as they're reading about this, because it seems so foreign.
Now, you live in Joshua Tree, California. You get a lot of sunlight. What do you suggest for people that might want to try this? But we obviously are in the Northeast. It is like gray as can be out today. How do you start practicing this? Because I have like a floor to ceiling window. I'm like, if I just got naked and put my butthole to the window for like 30 seconds, would that work? Like, how do we do it in the Northeast?
Yeah. So doing this through a window does kind of refract the sunlight. So if you can, like, say, open your window and get the sunlight in, I would say, again, all you need is 30 seconds. So even if it's freezing cold outside, it's been really cold here. So I will still go out and do this for at least 30 seconds. I would say places where there's not as much sunshine, just work with what you have. But I also work very intricately and intimately with nutrition, and that is another way of getting sunlight into our body. So I would say those who don't actually get as much sun exposure where they live, focus on fueling your body with a lot of green foods and a lot of chlorella, because that is actually living or liquid sunshine in a way. That is where you're getting that solar energy in your body through what you're ingesting in your diet.
And I'm sure you've seen Josh Brolin has done this. Diplo has done this. I mean, I guess Josh Brolin may have been a joke or whatever, but have any celebrities reached out to you? I love that this is also getting celebrity attention.
So I haven't really spoke with many celebrities. I did notice that Diplo started following me. So I think that's pretty cool because I'm very into the EDM music scene. So I thought that was a pretty cool moment.
You are his new, nutrition health advice. You are going to be on tour with him. I loved his book. That was so good.
Yeah, that was so awesome. But yeah, I would say, I guess Dave Asprey, he's a pretty well-known biohacker. I've had a little bit of interaction with him on Instagram. He also posted about this yesterday. So I would say as far as well-known people, probably Dave Asprey is somebody that's been in my awareness for a while, just with different biohacking and that kind of arena.
I love how self-confident you are. I know people had mixed reactions. I know people have been creepy in your DMs. You seem unfazed by it all. Tell our listeners, we have a lot of men and women that listen that are looking to, self-care, improve their lives. I'm really fascinated because you're basically a wellness instructor as well. And you also sell some amazing products on your website. Can you tell people what your sort of day job is if you're taking on new clients, and then also what we can buy from you? Because I'm super excited about the green substances you're selling.
Yeah, so I guess my job for the past 6 years is I'm actually a licensed massage therapist. So I do one-on-one work with people, just helping them to address injuries and issues in the physical body. But I also have been working in the nutrition and wellness world for a while now, and I offer these 40-day nutrition lifestyle resets. Some might call it a diet or a detox, but this is more of a lifestyle transformation. And it includes these superfoods that I promote. So they're not actually supplements. They are raw living superfoods. And those are a part of the 40-day challenge and reset. We call this, the most popular product is called Power Shake. And we actually call it Liquid Sunshine because it is full of chlorella, full of those really powerful superfoods that will give your body the cellular nutrition it needs. So I work with clients in that way through these group cleanses and coach people along that aspect of the journey. And I'm creating some new offerings to come soon, maybe doing some one-on-one life coaching, spiritual coaching, just opening up, the things I'm offering to the world now that I have a platform. And, my intention is to help people through this. So yeah, those are just some things that I offer.
Well, it's amazing because we all need the help, because I think you don't know where to start, and you don't know, even if I think I consider myself a person that eats healthy, but it's not even, because I was actually listening to an interview where now you and another gentleman, kind of a colleague of yours, were talking about how you really don't eat that much food. And you're like the second or third person that I've now heard of this. Tell me a little bit more about this. I'd love to get down to eating no food.
Yeah.
Working so far, but I love this.
Yeah. So, I've been working with a lot of fasting and intermittent fasting for a while. I'm also an athlete. So when I am training for my sport of weightlifting, I do have to eat a little bit more food than I normally would. But these superfoods and the products that I promote are so full of high quality cellular nutrition that when I take these products, I don't actually need as much food anymore because my body is getting the nutrients and the nutrition it needs from the quality of these superfoods. Yeah.
And are you like not even hungry, or you're just pretty self-aware of what your body needs? So, doing, a morning shake or something to that degree, you just know that that's enough supplement food wise.
Yeah. So a lot of it is very intuitive because I've become so in tune with just how my body works, the things that it's communicating to me, what it needs. Some of it is that I'm not as hungry. I also practice a lot of breath work, which is another way for us to get this prana or this subtle energy life force into our body. So I notice the more breath work I'm doing, also the less reliant I am on food. So it's not that I'm intentionally trying not to eat. It's just I'm aware that I'm energized from other sources than food being the primary one.
Oh my God, I love that. What do you just give us like an abbreviation of breath work? Because I've actually heard of that too, but never practiced it. So with breath work, how does someone begin? What does that practice look like?
Yeah, so there are many avenues for breath work. One of the daily practices I do, my friend Raw of Earth, who's also become well known through the perineum sunning, the one I was mentioning, he actually created a daily practice called Kriya of the Week. And I do this every day in the morning. And some of the aspects of that include breath work. Another popular method of breath work is the Wim Hof method. He has made breath work pretty well known to the masses. So you can start by going on YouTube, just typing in breath work exercises. People will guide you, teach you through this. And there are many avenues you can go to kind of start the breath work, but it's mainly working with becoming aware of your breath, learning how to breathe properly. And there are just different, modalities of breath work that you can use for different intentions. So this is another rabbit hole that goes very deep, but it's a way of getting in tune with your physical body as well through the breathing.
Got it. Okay, I love the butt sunning. Do you still practice this regularly?
Yeah, so I did it this morning. It's actually been kind of cloudy and rainy here in the desert for the past week and a half. So I've had to get creative with doing it, when the sun is out. And so it was actually out this morning, which I was super grateful for. But yeah, when it's rainy here too, I kind of have to get creative with it. But yeah, this is something I include in my daily routine and daily ritual. So yeah.
I was reading on the original post you put up a couple weeks ago talking about, it energizes you, how you don't even have to drink, coffee anymore. But then you also did allude to kind of the sexual healing aspect of it too, that for our like vitality and sexual health, it's important. How does, sunning your butthole like add into that?
Yeah. So, It does connect us with our natural state, which is just our naked human body. I can't quite put it to words because a lot of it is on a very subtle, energetic level. But for me, I've struggled for a while with just really heavy menstrual cycles, with cramping, and just a painful relation to my womb. And doing this regularly has been something to help me connect with that space, to heal with any trauma I've stored there. Women actually store a lot of our emotional trauma in our womb, and sometimes that manifests in our menstrual cycle. So I have noticed a change in my menstrual cycle since doing this. And this has been just one of the many things I've done to become aware of my womb space and just, the pain I've manifested in my life around that.
Oh, okay. I'm trying it now because we all, so many of us, I'm a person that has horrible menstruation issues and I've been very open about this, but I just suffered a miscarriage that was kind of this, it was considered like a triploidy partial molar pregnancy, which, they claim is just kind of this like being struck by lightning, that there's really nothing you can do. But I feel like in the recovery of it, I have a lot of healing to do because obviously that was kind of big, physical transformation. So I'd be curious to see too, if it just helps with kind of, just healing your uterus and all that stuff.
Yeah. So I also have been studying the tantric arts and just Taoism in general for the past year or so. And so one of the things that Montauk Chia, who has a lot of books out around cultivating sexual energy for both males and females, he talks about sunning our, oh, there's a bee right on me.
I know.
Awesome. Yeah, I tend to attract bees a lot. But anyways, he talks about the importance of exposing our genitals to the sunlight to help with the balancing of our sexual energy, the balancing of our masculine and feminine energies. So yeah, in my study of the tantric practices or arts, this has been something I've found to help lead to that womb healing on both a physical and, metaphysical or energetic level.
Oh my God, I love this. You are awesome. I'm so thrilled to have you on our show. People can follow you on Instagram. It's Metaphysical Megan, and it's MEAGAN.
Yes.
Okay, if people want to start reading more about this, learn more about, and I just love everything. I love your vibe. So I want people to go to your Instagram, and you can buy your products and kind of follow your journey and updated classes that you're going to be offering there. But where can people begin to get more resources if they're curious about butt chugging sunlight? I can't wait to, I'm all about getting naked. I feel like, why are we as adults not like, why are we so ashamed of our bodies? Like, take your shirt. I know, it's so crazy to me.
Yeah. So if they're interested in more work around just, like I said, the butthole sunning and the sunning our genitals, a big resource for me has been Montauk Chia. He is a Qigong practitioner and teacher. He is one of my biggest influence in the Taoist knowledge or wisdom. So his work, he's got tons of books out there, even just around men and women, again, healing their sexual energy. For me, I just have done a lot of research on my own, YouTube, there's so much out there. So it's really just about finding what resonates with you and what's going to be a practical thing to apply to your own life.
Oh my God. You are amazing, Megan. I can't wait. When I come to California, I'm looking you up. I want to do a health with you, and I want to do a video of us butt chugging sunlight because I'm so proud of you for putting it out there. Thank you for being on the show. I want everyone to follow you. It's Metaphysical Megan on Instagram and of course your YouTube channel. You are fabulous. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. I've loved it.
Good. Megan, you are awesome. This interview is going to air probably on Monday. And I'm going to do a snippet to send you if you want to post on social media.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you to tag us. We're going to tag and post and promote you. And this was awesome. Girl, I love California. I'm actually really thinking about moving to LA. So I will look. Yes, I'm going to. I love California. Like, I love all this stuff. And I feel like East Coast living is so, I don't know. It's just not spiritual. It's not grounded in like life. And it's very crazy here. I'm sure you've been to New York and DC, but I'm like, let's go. I keep saying to my husband, I'm like, let's just go move to Los Angeles for 5 years and just like try it. I think we'd love it.
Yeah, so I don't know if you know this, but I actually moved here back in August from Texas. I lived in Texas most of my life. So I've only been in California for a few months, and it's been so transformative for me. And I've just found so many people that are on the same wavelength as me. So it's just been amazing so far.
I just think people in California love, valuing health and balance and boy, it's so important. And, I haven't had any health issues, but I did have this miscarriage thing and trying to have a baby. And you're like, oh my God, you just realize how important slowing down and getting health under control. So I'd love to, I'm going to look at your 40-day course because I want to look at some of the because, they say like, oh, this had nothing to do with anything you did and I'm sure that's all true, but I want to get my body healthy to be able to carry a child. Yeah. And I'm 37. So I'm like,
you're amazing.
Oh, good.
Another thing I want to suggest is for women to look up the jade egg practices. This is something that you can do also to help heal your womb. And I've been working with the jade egg for a few months now. And that's been another thing I've noticed that's helped with just my relation to my menstrual cycle, the experience of cramps. So jade egg practices are really, really healing for women. So maybe someday I'll come out with a course on this as well.
Yes. Oh my God. Well, you got a great future. I'm so happy for you because that like catapulted you. And
I had no idea.
Well, I love what you're doing with your social and everything. So, okay. Well, enjoy the afternoon. I will definitely be in touch. Thank you so much. And I hope to meet you in 2020.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah, I would love to connect with you. Thank you so much for having me. It's been magical.